My father died in North Korea.
Okay. He's not.
Hey, also, my mama checked my anus.
Caller, go ahead.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm in GTA 5, and there's a North Korean kid here.
Well, you know what they say about North Koreans.
Yeah. They're all starving and eating bananas at the same time.
Hello. My name.
I'm drinking and watching Neighbors.
Oh, nice. That's a good movie. Are there any North Koreans in that movie?
I like it.
Seth. Yeah.
I mean, it's not the equivalent of watching little Koreans running around,
like,
but
no. Right now, you gotta get.
I thought we said to kill the people that made the movie.
Can you hear these kids?
I can't hear the kid. I heard Booby, and I'm on board.
Talking.
Let me ask you about a little movie called Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, that movie is awesome.
Dude, I could not believe it. Like, I rarely go see movies at the movie theater, but this one I carved out a little niche in my life. I went to Philadelphia over this past week, and we stopped in New Jersey. And as soon as we got in, I told my girlfriend, we're going to go see this movie right now. Got tickets for the 3D version.
Now, let me ask you, did she want to see this movie?
She was kind of up in the air. She liked Road Warrior. Yeah. She liked Mad Max. She tolerates it, and she likes Mel Gibson and his movies. So she was more on board to see Fury Road than anything else. So
good.
She enjoyed it. She loved it, and I thought it was extraordinary. Especially,
I thought it was great, and I told Sheila, I'm like, we're gonna go see this movie. And she's like, I don't know. Like, I remember you making me watch Mad Max back in the day, but it looks weird. I'm like, trust me, you're going to like this. And I took her to see it, and, like, halfway through, like, at the beginning, she's like, I don't know what to think of this. And then halfway through, it won her over.
Yeah.
It just wins people over. I don't know how to describe it. It's just so good. It's just so honest with its violence.
It is, and it's hard. Like, it doesn't give you an opportunity not to like it because everything's happening so fast, and the story starts so abruptly. You don't have a chance to say no, I don't like it. It forces you to watch it.
I think people are liking it because of all the practical effects in it. I mean, not just the performances, but the fact that people don't get to see that kind of movie anymore where two cars collide and it's not CGI blowing up. You're literally watching two huge cars smack into each other and like 1,000 pieces fly into the air that are real pieces.
Yeah, and you're watching real stunts. You're not.
Yes.
And I'm obviously obsessed with it because I just kept reading more and more about it. And everything I read about it, it made me like it more, like how the guys in the back of those cars on those giant poles, those were actual real people swinging back and forth.
Yeah.
That the people on the motorbikes, those are real guys on motorbikes throwing little bombs at the 18-wheeler. And then reading about George Miller and how he was, he's a doctor, and he took the Hippocratic Oath to do no harm, so he made sure like all the stunts were as carefully as executed as possible, so no one got hurt, and they only used CGI to add some, extra oomph to some of the explosions and fire, but beyond that, it was all real.
The only thing they use CGI for is if it actually endangered a stuntman, and that's when they use CGI. Other than that, if it could be done practically, they did it. I mean, of course, when they're running through tornadoes and shit, and they're blowing up, that's CGI. But everything else is just. It's just amazing how they did it. I wish more movies were like that. I was done with the whole CGI thing years ago. So this kind of movie, I mean, I've seen it once, and my wife, who didn't even want to see this movie, wants to go see it again, and I'm probably going to go see it again too. I'm going to give it some money.
I'm going to actually, I rarely go see movies twice. And by the way, I just got blown up by an RPG, and there's like 4 guys on a roof right now camping, and it's my mission throughout this conversation to take these guys out. But I think the last time I went to go see a movie more than once was the Dark Knight Returns, or is it Dark Knight Returns with Heath
Yeah.
Ledger? Was that, or is it which one was with the Joker?
That was just the Dark Knight.
Just Dark Knight. Okay, yeah, I saw that
Dark
multiple
Knight.
times, and I feel the same way about this new Mad Max movie as I did the Dark Knight, because it's that good.
I didn't think I would like the new Mad Max more than I like the new Avengers, but it's exactly what happened. I thought the new Avengers was like a C+ at best, and I think Mad Max is an A.
It's tough, and going back to how the realism of the stunts and just having real life props, basically having real props.
Yeah.
That Christopher Nolan started that with the Batman franchise.
Yeah. He
Of
did.
having real locations and real people interacting, and I think
he made everything like the Batmobile. He made in his fucking garage, and some of the cheap shit and some of the armor he was wearing is actually military grade shit that they were researching. So he tried to make those movies as real as possible, as real as you can for a guy dressed as a bat. But.
And I like there. It was like, here's I guess maybe the bad thing about Mad Max is that it's if there is a bad thing about it, it is that it's another 18-wheeler car chase. It's another they're on another oil tanker. It's another chase. It seemed like this is what he wanted to do with the Road Warrior. He just had more money behind it, but it's also it's not a continuation of a story. It's like a James Bond kind of thing where
exactly
it's its own encapsulated episode. And I mean, there's certain callbacks to other parts of Thunderdome or the Road Warrior. It just really worked well, and Tom Hardy did a really good job at not talking.
He was
and
so
being
good. Yeah, he was so good. Just like he sold it on it, just his looks and the manic way he did talk when he did get to talk. Just sold that part. Like, I came out of the movie, I'm like, he is Mad Max now. I don't even need Mel Gibson anymore. Like, Tom Hardy can be Mad Max, and that's cool.
Yeah, and I think Mel
and
Gibson's okay
apparently
with
they're
it
going to
too.
make 2 more with him. So
I think he signed up for a few more movies, and he'd be a fool not to. It's going to be cult status for like when it comes to movies and action movies. It's already there. And I kind of figured out like I think some people wonder why, especially maybe the younger generation, why is Mad Max so popular? Why do people like Mad Max? And I think it's maybe for our generation, it's because it's basically Boba Fett got a movie. Like Mad Max is Boba Fett. He is a bounty hunter. He kind of helps people, but mostly he's in it for himself.
yeah, he's just there to survive. And, he's wearing a fucking cool outfit. If he's the old ones, he did. He wore a pretty cool outfit in this one too. But he has a fucking leg brace. There's almost like a little bit of steampunk in there.
Yeah.
It was pretty neat.
I mean, he didn't even get to drive his car that much. He was.
No. I mean, they kind of like did a nod to his car in that movie. Like when he was like being chased by them, he like flips over it. And
yeah,
I'm sure he'll get his car in the next one. But
and really,
again,
the movie's really not about Mad Max, and
no, that's what I tell people. I'm like, it's really that Charlize Theron character. It's really her movie. She just happens to stumble across Mad Max.
Yeah,
and he helps her out. Like he's just kind of there in her story, which I think is why it works so well.
I think so too, and I don't buy all the men's activists, and I think that's
I don't get that.
I think it's all fake. I think that's all fake. That can't be real.
I think that for the most part it's fake. I saw the post that you had, and like I think most of it's fake. I think there's probably some guys out there that think like fucking women are killing Mad Max or something.
Yes,
but,
I think there are some guys who think that.
It's clickbait for the most part. I think.
I think so, because there's so little to hate about the movie. If you're a guy, there's good-looking girls and there's explosions, and if you're a woman, there's a strong female lead kicking ass. There's multiple strong women. Like the entire movie is full of very strong, self-sufficient, kick-ass women.
That's right. And if you're a guy that doesn't like a strong woman in a movie, then fuck you.
Exactly.
You're missing out.
I mean,
you're absolutely missing out.
There's nothing hotter than a woman in an action movie just kicking ass and keeping up with all the guys. And taking out.
I don't remember
monsters.
anybody during T2 saying, "Oh man, fucking Linda Hamilton, she's fucking out kicking ass Arnold. Like, this is stupid." I don't remember that.
She's so awful. She's so badass. It just takes me out of the movie. My suspension of disbelief is over. You know, I can believe in Terminators and robots and time travel, but a woman that can kick ass, that's it for me.
That's where I draw the line.
Yeah, I can't. Enough's enough.
Fuck those guys.
So I'm pretty sure they're definitely gonna have a lot more Mad Max movies, and I wouldn't even be surprised if they try to spin it off into some AMC Walking Dead kind of thing.
Oh god, that'll be interesting, guys.
I'm just saying, I would buy that.
rather just Mad Max come out every once in a while. The spinoff of Walking Dead, I don't know if I can buy into that.
Well, I haven't. I've seen just the teaser trailers for it, and I like everything Walking Dead, even the bad seasons and the slow.
Oh yeah,
parts.
I like Walking Dead. Like I watch it. In fact, I have to buy it because I don't have cable. So I like it. I don't know if I need a spinoff. Like, how much fucking zombies do I need?
We are a bit in a zombie saturation. Zombies.
I mean, you got Walking Dead. You have the spinoff of Walking Dead. You have Romero's new series. Supposedly he's writing. It's going to be with zombies, and then you have you have iZombie. You have another zombie show, and I can't think of the name of it.
I didn't realize Georgia. Is it Romero?
Yeah,
I didn't realize he had a series.
Yeah, he's writing a pilot for a series right now. It hasn't been completely picked up, but it probably will be. He's going to have at least 4 zombie shows on in the next 2 years.
Because there's also one on, I believe, the Sci-Fi Network, which is god-awful.
Yeah, that's the one I can't think of the name of that one.
It's horrible. It is god-awful.
I haven't seen it. I haven't heard anything good about it. No, I'm zombied out. I mean, I'll continue to watch Walking Dead.
Yeah, I will too. But it is we are in zombie overload as a culture, and some people. Yeah, I think I've read a lot of blog posts and articles that we might be in superhero overload as a culture.
We are. I think we are. I think I'm in superhero overload, and if I'm in superhero overload,
something's wrong.
There's something wrong. Like something's wrong because I fucking love that shit, and I walked into Avengers and I'm like, no, this isn't as good as the last one. This isn't even as good as the last Captain America. I'm telling people, I'm like, maybe the movie had meant more to me if I didn't already know the whole schedule till 2019.
Yeah.
Because if I know that Hawkeye is in the next Captain America, then I know he's not going to get killed by that helicopter with Ultron.
I guess you're right.
There's no suspense for me.
Yeah, I guess you're kind of right there. It does you kind of know the end of the story before they actually produce it. But we also, we grew up reading these comic books, the Infinity Gauntlet, which I just went back and reread, and we know Days of Future Past. We know the Age of Apocalypse story. So we kind of know what happens. But we watch anyways because we like the characters. At least that's for me.
Well, it's funny, like, Marvel is kind of a slave to what they've done in the past, and at a certain point, the movie's like, I know what's going to happen. Like, they've announced it, I know what plot lines they're using, and I kind of know what's going on. And then you have Fox, who owns the X-Men, and people, right or wrong, give them shit because they deviate so much from the comic books, but I mean, they're doing Age of Apocalypse, and I have no idea what they're going to fucking do. I mean, I know the story in the comic books, but they go so far away from that, I have no idea what's going to happen in that movie.
I think it's kind of good for me. It's kind of good for me because I read all that stuff, and I'm going back and reading it again, so at least there's something new there. At least there's something of a twist for me. But, and that's another thing, for like the Avengers are lining up for the Infinity Gauntlet or the Infinity Stone. Which one are they lining up for?
It's Infinity War Part 1 and 2.
So the X-Men have to be involved in some way, but they can't because they're involved with Fox.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to rewrite. They're going to have to write out the X-Men?
Yeah, I mean, they just won't use them. I'll tell you exactly what Marvel's trying to do. This is going to get kind of geeky, but
I like
since they don't own the rights to the X-Men movie-wise, and they don't own the rights to Fantastic Four in the movieverse, they are pretty much canceling these comics or downplaying them. So they already canceled the Fantastic Four comic. A lot of people are speculating because they don't own the movie rights. They're doing the Secret War thing, and after the Secret War happens, they're going to put the Inhumans up front and center, and the name of the Inhumans book is going to be called The Uncanny Inhumans.
Interesting.
So anybody that reads Marvel Comics knows that it's always been the Uncanny X-Men.
Yes.
You know, so now it's going to be the Uncanny Humans, and they're going to push the Inhumans out front because the Inhumans, I mean, when you think about it, they're almost like mutants. For all intents and purposes, they could be mutants. So they're gonna push them as the new X-Men, and they're gonna marginalize the actual X-Men comic book. I mean, you can see what they're doing. I mean, they've killed Deadpool. They killed Wolverine in the comics. They killed. I don't know if they killed the Fantastic Four or they just canceled
Wait
it.
a second.
I'm not sure.
You're blowing my mind. I haven't read the comics in a long time. How did Wolverine die? What happened?
You know what? I don't know. I just heard that they were going to kill him, and then a buddy of mine's been reading it. He's young and he's still in the comic books. He's like, "Oh, you got to hear this, blah blah blah." And he's like, I think they just threw him in a big old pool of adamantium.
Okay, that works.
And
It does it every time.
I'm like, well, I guess that works. I mean, that's what you got to do. But I don't know how they killed Deadpool.
It wasn't like in the first Wolverine movie, which was god awful.
Which one? Oh,
the first Wolverine movie.
Yeah, that first Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
You know, I still haven't seen that.
It kind of lost me when they started, when the effects kind of got a little goofy. They could have spent some more money.
I've got a big crush on Ryan Reynolds, and I still have not
Who
seen
doesn't?
that movie. I know. I just want him so bad, but I own it. I bought it because the whole X-Men series was on sale on Blu-ray for like $20. I'm like, well, fuck, I want to buy that. And I got the first Wolverine movie, but I still, even owning it, I haven't put it in.
Have you seen the Days of Future Past?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I liked it.
I liked it too.
I liked it. I thought they did a really good job. I mean, I think that Fassbender guy, I think he does a really good job as Magneto. I'd like to see him play Bond at some point, but I mean, the cast is so good, and Bryan Singer is such a good director. It's hard not to like those movies.
I agree.
And you got Jennifer Lawrence, you got Hugh Jackman. I mean, like, Jesus, I don't know how they get all these guys.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to like X-Men First Class as much as I did, but I'm glad they found a way to merge those two casts, the old and the new, together, and worked out perfectly. And they included, the Sentinels, which worked, and everything about the movie worked. It's
kind of like Mad Max. It just kind of won me over because when they announced First Class, I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't make any sense for the timeline. And then I saw it, and like halfway through, I'm like, yeah, this works. And then when young Magneto went and killed those couple Germans in the bar, I'm like, damn.
This is great.
That's actually pretty sweet.
Wow, this is awesome. Yeah, that's what got me on board. I was like, I'm into killing Nazis. Let's do this.
Any movie where they're killing Nazis is good. I mean, that's what makes Indiana Jones so good.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was just killing, like, North Koreans or something, it's like, whatever, but he's killing Nazis.